I have obtained a urine specimen, so I don't think that I have enough for the sample, but I think it should do. Sometimes they can run, I'm sure they can run some tests on it. Alright, so as we can see, the specimen was not filled all the way, it didn't have a lid. We walked back to start processing, actually tripped, and the specimen spilled everywhere. It's important when you are getting a urine sample to make sure that you get the correct amount so the test can be run accurately, and that you do have it in the proper container, or else something like this could happen. And you always want to make sure that the container is labeled with the patient's identification with the full name, date of birth, the time of the collection, and also the initials of the phlebotomist. And you know, we would have to get another urine sample if we didn't have enough or the urine sample spilled, which can cause the patient to probably be a little upset with the lab, which is something that we don't want. Alright, so I had to do a lot of blood draws today, so what I did is I pre-labeled the tubes just to save myself a little bit of time, because I think I have to see like 8 patients today, so it's gonna be a little bit time crunch. So I just pre-labeled the tubes with the patient's information, and I'll just fill in like the collection time and initial afterwards. Alright, so we would never want to pre-label any tubes. That is something that needs to be done after the collection. When you are doing the patient identification, you'll ask for the full name, date of birth. Once you are done with the collections, do the proper mixing for the tubes, and then afterwards you'll fill in the tubes the full name, date of birth, the date and the time, and your initials. Hey!
Whoa! Not casual Friday, what are you wearing?
What do you mean?
Even though you may be running a few tests, you still need to be wearing proper PPE.
Well, I'm only going to run a few tests, so I think I'll be okay. I don't think our supervisor's in here, so I don't really think she would mind, do you?
Well, probably.
Okay. So when processing specimens, it's always important to be wearing personal protective equipment just in case the unexpected were to happen. So here we have the correct personal protective equipment that is required when in the lab. First is the lab coat. The lab coat protects myself from anything spilling on me and prevents any bodily fluids from attaching to me. Next we have goggles. These goggles protect my eyes from any splatter that may occur when working with certain specimens. For shoes, you want to make sure that you wear closed-toed shoes. It's always important to prevent any contamination or to injure yourself. Then it's also important to keep your hair back and out of the way so it doesn't interfere with any tests or doesn't make a mess or at all. And then last but not least, one of the most important things is you always want to be wearing gloves. Gloves are essential when it comes to working with specimens. Gloves protect my skin from any bodily fluids and infectious diseases. And it is not okay to come into the lab wearing just regular clothing, and I just want to make sure that you are protecting yourself and the specimens you are processing in the lab.